What's up, everybody? And we're back for another episode of Driven by Machines. On this episode today, we're going to talk about all the mods that I want to do to my 2022 Ford Maverick. Now, it being a new truck, they sure as hell got a lot of shit you could do to it. From lift kits, tires, wheels, all the hell, even the engine mods you could do. They make bigger turbos for it and all that other shit. The very first thing I want to do to my Ford Maverick is get it lifted. So I've been looking at a lot of lift kits, and the most experience I had with lift kits is Rough Country. Actually, for the price point for what Rough Country offers, they offer, you got your suspension lifts, and then you got your strut block lifts. Now, back in the day, I've driven Jeeps my whole entire life. And I've had a 14 Compass. 2019 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. And I've had a 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, why did I say I want to go with the Rough Country lift kit? Because back then, when I had my 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee, it had the strut block Rough Country lift kit in it. Now, with the strut block lifts, it really makes the suspension really, really stiff. And yeah, it's lifted obviously, but some suspensions stiffen up a lot more than others. And when I had the RC strut block lift in it, it stiffened up the Grand Cherokee suspension a lot. Now, to my Ford Maverick, they make a suspension lift kit for it. So, I want to add that to the Maverick, but I want to get the coils sent out so I can get them powder coated red, because that's the accent color I want to do off the Cactus Gray. It looks so fucking good. And when it comes to the color of the truck, the Cactus Gray is cool. Ford definitely did a good job on that, because when it's in like really bright sunshine, it kind of looks like a blue, but then from different angles it looks green. And get this, one of my buddies at work said one day we just got off of lunch and we're walking back in the mill, and he goes, "Dude, your truck looks white." Sitting there looking at him, I'm like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "Yeah, dude, it looks white." Look, I turn around and I look at the truck, and it really did look white. That must have been because the light it was under, but that's the cool thing about the truck, is that Cactus Gray is a very unique color. At least in my eyes, because like, I haven't seen a gray like that before. You always got your charcoals, your granites, your stones, and all those kind of grays. But with this gray, it definitely stands out. And that's why I went with red for the accent color of the truck. The red pops off that gray. The next thing I want to do is go up one more size on the tires. Because when I first got the truck, it had two 25/65/17s on it. And then they're obviously the tire I didn't like, so I went out and bought Toyo Open Country At.3s. And I got those in 235/65/17s. And with those size that's on the truck right now, looks way better. Because, yeah, I know it's not that big of a difference, but it is a difference. Because when I look at tires, I look at the tread pattern and all that, and I've had a decent amount of tires. But the two I'd have to compare is your BF Goodrich KO2s and the Toyo Open Country At.3s. In my personal opinion, I like the Toyos better. They hum a little less, but they're fuel efficient too. And I've had better luck with the Toyos than I have any other tire at all. That's why I put the Toyos on the truck, and I've had them on my 2019 Jeep Compass. And let me tell you what, those tires are the best. If you haven't tried them, go out and give them a try. So I was like, at first. But they definitely work very well. And I've had very, very good luck with them. I went off-roading in the Jeep Compass when we had it. We went out on a 3-hour trip. And there was rocks, stones, mud holes, and all that good shit that everybody likes, you know? And aired down the tires on the Compass. Me and my buddy went out. And those tires did amazing, too. There was even going over the rocks and all that other shit. It was a soft ride. And then was out trail riding for a while, got back up on the road, aired them back up, and went home, and still smooth riding. So if anybody out there hasn't tried Toyos yet, definitely give them a try. Because they're definitely a kick-ass fucking tire, man. Alright, so back to the Ford Maverick. When I got the truck, it had a different set of tires on it. Told you I went out and bought the Toyos for the truck. Now I got those in 235. So I was thinking when I get the lift kit, I'm going to go up one more size to 245s and keep the white lettering like how I got on it now. And with the white lettering, the red accent, and the cactus gray color, and then it has black handles and all that on it. It looks so good with all three of those. And going up one more size on the tire, I think, with the truck being lifted, it's going to fit it a lot better. And the only few other things else I want to do is I want to get the chase rack, kind of like the chase rack for the Ford Raptors. Well, the Maverick kind of has a similar one. I know, they're not the same trucks. But I'm going to run something like that on the truck. Because when I've had every Jeep that I built almost, watch how people get all happy and you start adding shit you don't need just to make whatever look cool. Or a lot of people do have them. A lot of shit on their cars. But sometimes that's what a lot of people do. They use all that shit. Me, I really don't. You know, I work a lot of hours, so not anymore do I want to add all that shit, because back in the day, we used to go out off-roading a lot and all that shit, and nowadays, working 6 days a week, 40 plus hours a week, I really don't have time for it, so that's why I want to go with an OEM Plus build. And also, I'm going to add the Ford Maverick also makes the Ford Raptor grille for the front of it with the 3 lights on it. So I'm going to add that to it. So I'm going to add the suspension, the Ford Raptor grille, and some other shit too. Oh, I'm also going to add the rock lights underneath the wheel wells. They're going to go in red too. And so far, that's what I got planned for the build. And it's something I've always been wanting to do with the truck since it came out. I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of shit with theirs. So, you know, it has the market for it. And I got to say, out of all the vehicles I've had, this has been the funnest vehicle to drive yet. I have never had a truck in my life. So this is my first truck. I've always had Jeeps and all that shit, you know. And, yeah, that's about it right now. So the mod list is kind of small right now, but it's definitely going to look good when it's done. I came to realize as you get older, you don't need a lot of shit added on your truck, vehicle, whatever, if you don't use it all the time. And this time around, I'm not going to add all that shit, but we'll get more into it as we go along and all that. So that's what I got for the build list so far. And I think on the next episode, we're going to go into what it's like life inside the mill every day, what it's like running machines and all that. Anyway, y'all, Tune into the next episode. Sorry this one's a little short. Kind of been busy lately, and the episodes will get longer as we go along. Thanks for tuning in to Driven by Machines.